All right, let's just do this. Uh, IDS 302, welcome to session B of interdisciplinary inquiry skills. I'm going to double check the name of the course. Pretty sure. Yes, it is IDS 302. Welcome. It is a glorious Sunday near the ASU campus. Some of you might recognize this area. I don't know. We've got the big bookstore place over there, and we've got the restaurants back here. This is College Avenue. A Mountain should be right. Yeah, actually, it's over there. You see it up there? People up there. Anyways, I usually, if you had my 301 class, or any class for me in the pandemic years, um, yeah, I haven't been out in a while. I've been staying, doing these videos at home. Um, I used to travel a lot before the pandemic, and I love doing my videos from all over the world, from Western Europe to Western California. Um, but let's get going. So, about me, some of you, I think a few have had me in 301, many of you have not. Um, those are coming around for an additional course. I appreciate it. My name is Michael Thayer, pronounced Thayer. Uh, I am an interdisciplinarian by academic trade in terms of my credentials. I did not go to college till I was 52, and I took interdisciplinary studies because I was trying to be a working artist and cultural studies kind of guy. I was volunteering a lot in the recently resettled refugee community here. I've had a very diverse in breadth and depth careers. I've had about 40 jobs. I have them written down. I show some of my on-campus classes, the list. So you don't believe me, but so I went to school at 52. I did well. I was named the graduate of the year in the College of Letters and Sciences, and I was the academic of the year in African American Studies. My concentrations as an undergrad interdisciplinary studies major were African American Studies and Human Rights. I then did a master's degree about a year later at ASU West Campus in Masters in Interdisciplinary Studies, a little different type of program. And I studied a lot about ideologies, science and religion, as well as video production. And I produced a 30-minute oral history video for my capstone project. Um, I then got hired by ASU as an adjunct for a year, right before I graduated as my master's. And a year later, in 2017, I became full time. So it's been kind of a high trajectory, fast trajectory, which I've really enjoyed. I love teaching classes. I love teaching IDS. Last year, I've gotten more into teaching organizational leadership courses, probably more as a professor of practice than as a credentialed academic in organizational leadership. So I've been teaching social processes in organizations, ethics in organizations, theory and practice of leadership, uh, diversity in organizations, and I completely enjoy all those. But it has kept my plate rather full. In fact, I did have five class courses I was teaching in session A, and now it's going to be four in session B. Four. Now it's going to be four, and I feel the lightness of the load already. Um, so in my notes here, what else did I have? Is this the right one? Yeah. Okay. So in module one, well, let's just, first videos are pretty hard because we don't have that sense of direction that we'll have later on. And so I try to put pack a lot into this. So let me just generally say these videos come out, I used to do two a week. I think one a week is better because the two a week even started getting long. So I figure one long one is not going to bother you as much as two would. So let's try to pack it in. I'll usually have them posted by Sunday night, if not by Monday. And what you will do then, if you'd like, is view the videos. Everything's optional, by the way. Of course, college is optional, right? You don't have to be here if you don't want to. So let's just say that people ask me, is it required? Is it required? Well, what's required? I mean, paying your electric bill is not even required unless you want to keep the lights on. So to view these videos, and then during the course of the video, usually sometime in the beginning, sometimes in the middle, and then sometimes at the end, those three times, I will give Easter eggs. I'll say, okay, Easter egg number one is blankety blankety blank, and then you'll have that written down. Easter egg number two, Easter egg number three, and then you email me those Easter eggs, and then I give you 10 points. Okay, deal, fair and square. Um, when you send me any email, I'm gonna just kind of let the trajectory of my email or the chronological order be dictated by what I'm talking about. So in terms of when you send me an email, mfair at asu.edu, put it in the subject line, IDS 302, IDS 302. Unless you're emailing me right from Canvas, in which case you don't have to put anything because it'll say IDS 302. But I've got four different classes, like I say right now, and I need to know which class this is. I can't guess. I'm not going to go through 100 students and figure out which one you are. I'm not used to it yet. So put IDS 302 in there, put the Easter eggs in there, Easter egg one, two, three. You don't have to number them. You just put three different Easter eggs in three different lines. If you want to say anything, if you want to say, hey, man, that was the best video I ever saw. It was better than Die Hard 2. If you want to say this movie sucks, I'm walking out. I prefer Marvel over DC. I'm just saying, any comments you have, put them underneath that or whatever. And questions, of course, questions, comments, concerns. Okay. You can email me anytime. You'll be surprised. You'll be shocked even how fast I get back to you in many cases. The email's not even cooled off yet, and I'll be firing it back to you. That is because I have no life. I sit and I wait for you. Right. I go. Okay. Anyways. All right. So let's see. Welcome. Did I say welcome? Yeah. About me, about the class. Okay, so you're an interdisciplinary studies student. That means you have two concentrations. If you don't have two concentrations that you are aware of, you need to get a hold of your advisor ASAP because that's what this program's all about. However, this program, you get to choose your concentrations, but what my job is to do in IDS 301 and 302 is to help you develop skills to what? My 301 students know what I'm talking about, right? To integrate disciplinary insights and perspective and knowledge to better solve problems and analyze issues in the 21st century. So that is that, yes, you have two right now. That's a very binary thing. I had African American studies, human rights, binary. You might have business and sales and marketing too. That's binary, all right? There's interdisciplinary just means more than one discipline, okay? Disciplines and concentrations, in my opinion, right now for this course are the same thing, okay? Disciplines are things you get degrees in, right? So you could be looking at architecture, you could be, architecture, business, sales and marketing, architecture, business, sustainability. There could be multiple disciplines involved. In fact, you'll find out in this class that I'm going to ask you to choose three. I'm not going to restrict you to your concentrations. Feel free to use them. Absolutely. But I'm saying that if, for the sake of this class, you feel that something else works, then do it. I've had students who had maybe business and sustainability, and they chose fashion design and something. So feel free here. You're more or less learning about the process of interdisciplinary studies, which is the process of integration in this course, rather than taking what you have, because there's so many students that have so many different concentrations. The way I look at interdisciplinary studies in this class is I'm going to help you do research. We have three major strikes against us to do research. Number one is almost no undergrad student has done university level research. And I don't expect you to have done it. That's just the way it is. Frankly, I haven't done much of it myself. But this isn't your grade school research or high school research. That you'll learn about that quickly, but that type of research is more or less, a teacher wants you to do research on the Titanic. Okay, so you're going to go to the library, go on Google, go on your library website, look at all this information about Titanic. You're going to talk about, the strength of steel and icebergs and shipping and 1919 culture, whenever that was, right? And you're going to put it together, nice paper, hand it in. Here's my research. on the Titanic. Guess what? It's not research, not at the university, it's not here. Yes, we research trips, we research new cars, we research everything. But what research does at a university level is it adds knowledge to the body of knowledge in that particular field. So if you go to university on campus, any campus, you'll pretty much see, the buildings named research building for, astrophysics research and biosustainability research. And okay, those aren't based on people in there Googling that topic and coming up with information that's already out there. Those are scientists and researchers who are developing new knowledge and adding new knowledge to the existing knowledge in the field, right? So this is a big distinction I want you to understand, okay? Let's do Easter egg number 1 right away, get it out of the way, because we're almost 11 minutes in. This is going to be a long one. Easter egg number 1 is IDS equals integration. And IDS is interdisciplinary studies, and IDS equals integration. I want you to remember that. Those two go together, all right? So when you're in the elevator pitch and say, hey, young man, young lady, what is your degree in interdisciplinary studies? What is that? And you fumble around and say, well, it's combining, it's blending, it's splurging, it's spreading, it's learning two things at once. No, just get to integration. We strive to integrate disciplinary knowledge, integrate insight, integrate information that helps us to solve 21st century problems and analyze issues. Because too often disciplines throughout academic history have been very clearly defined borders, and you didn't cross those borders. And then they found that, you got to cross borders and become, some people do at least, to help analyze things. So you can't analyze putting a new building up nowadays without analyzing the impact of the environment, right? Sustainability, without impacting and determining, cost of living, city planning. It's not just about architecture. All these disciplines get involved, and to leave any out would be detrimental to the project, okay? So moving on, we're going to start pretty fast and hard here in module 1. I did that because I used to have an intro module. I got rid of it. I just put it all in module 1. It allows us to have a better module 6 at the end. Trust me on this. You'll be thanking me later, okay? You got a lot to do this week, but it's more or less tedious stuff you can do. As we get into actual research during the course, you're going to want the extra time. All right, we don't have the Thanksgiving break to deal with either. So take a look at the syllabus, but, stay on top of the schedule based on the modules. You're going to be taking a syllabus quiz and the academic integrity quiz. Both of them are no-brainers almost. Do them because you can't move forward until you complete those, all right? I do have due dates on everything. Due dates, there's reason for due dates, and that they're not all on Sunday nights, because as George Carlin said, Mother Nature didn't create time. Mother Nature created time so that everything didn't happen at once. All the information in this class can't happen at once. You can't just hold off till Sunday and then do everything. I mean, you can do anything you want, but you kind of be wasting your money on school. So I try to keep the due dates Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? And no late quizzes are accepted. No late discussion board responses are accepted. Anything else, 10% first day, 20% second day, 30% third day, 0, don't accept it after 3 days. So you can play around with that. There's no shame in being late if you have to be. In real life, you have to juggle your priorities. I expect that, okay? Remember, this course is graded by total points. Don't worry about percentage right away, or you can look at guide you a little bit, more or less look at the points, because at the end, 900 plus will be an A. And I don't know if there's going to be 1,000 points even in this class or 1,050. So that's why it skews the percentages. You might only need 87% to get an A in this class. I don't know until the end of the day, until I figure out how much, if I offer anything extra. But a worst case, 90% is an A, 900 and above. 800 to 899 is a B, 700 to 799 is a C, so on and so forth. Okay? Stay in communication with me, please. Okay, so you've got a discussion board due on the 18th, which is Friday, I believe. And It's an easy one. You're introducing yourself to us. You're adding a video of a great song that I would like. No, you don't have to do that. I won't. I know less and less every semester. Um, Although somebody in it will be, oh, I used to listen to my grandpa all the time. It's great. Yeah, I know that is great. It's cool. I was there. Yes. Not as grandpa, but I was when the music came out. Uh, so I'm looking forward to having you all introduce yourselves. I really like to know my students. We are online. We are spread across the galaxy, but you are in my class, and so I'm here. I'm real, you know. Oh, and we can have a experience that is reasonably acceptable in this kind of environment. It should be, right? You're not. I don't want this to be robotic. This is human. Um, So get that done. Then you've got learning materials, which include reviewing the pyramid diagram, review the disciplinary approaches diagram, um, information. Oh, yeah, you got to read about the ethics. There's a page on ethics. Got to read that because the entire quiz is 6 questions, 5 points each based on the ethics, okay, of research. You're going to do a reading by Meath, a matter of definition. Some of you have done that already in 301. Do it again. The nature of research by Leedy. Leedy was the textbook that I previously used, so I copied the best part of what research is, what research isn't. Extremely important to know that. Uh, the short piece about thinking and writing like an interdisciplinarian by ASU principal lecturer Brian McCormick. It's about 2 pages. Alan Repko's key characteristics of interdisciplinary research and writing. Repko is a big, huge name. Many of you might have seen textbooks by Repko. Overall, it's like 50 pages to read. You can do that in a couple of days. It's very easy. The textbook required Tanner, okay? My 301 people probably have it already. It's very effective in this research class as well to kind of frame things as we go along. You'll read the introduction. It's about 8 pages. Read chapter 1, 2, and 3. Chapter 1 is 10 pages. Chapter 2 is 7. Chapter 3 is 13. Those are approximate, pretty simple. Um, Let me do, I got to add my Easter egg here. Easter egg number 1 was IDS equals integration. Okay. Um, Let's do Easter egg number 2 right away. Let's call it Easter egg number 2 is university. No, let's say real research. Other stuff isn't fake, but what am I going to call it? Real research is additive. Let's do that. Okay. Real research is additive. I want you to remember that. You know, so again, I was going back to the 3 obstacles. Number 1 is that students have, in this level, have not um, done real research yet, which is understandable. So I got to help you get into that. Number 2 is, as interdisciplinarians, we've got so many different concentrations, disciplines. I mean, in the same class, I've had students who are taking dance. I've had students who are taking geology. You know, so I can't give everybody, I don't want to give everybody the same research question like, why are polar bears going extinct? Okay, I'm going to go back to the Titanic one. The way you would really do real research then, if you want to research Titanic, is what? Rent a sub, go down into the depths and get some data, get some artifacts, real research, right? So number 1 is the fact that inexperienced real research. Number 2 is the fact that we have a wide range of disciplines and concentrations. And number 3 is we only have about 7.5 weeks to do it. No researcher worth their salt is going to get a project done that fast. But guess what? We can do it. Because I'm not asking you to cure COVID, although that took record time just to get a vaccine that could mitigate it. Yeah, I didn't say cure. But we're going to do it. Why? Because it's the same way that if I was teaching you to fly, I would not teach you by going to a Boeing 747 or bigger and getting in and taking off. We wouldn't even go to a Cessna 2-seater lawnmower motor. We'd probably just go to the simulator, which we'd still have accountability on that simulator. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to start at the crawling stage of research and work our way up. So you get a good idea what it is. And that way you'll be better consumers of knowledge. It's my goal for this class and nothing else, that you become better consumers of knowledge, that you can identify what might be legitimate. You can identify holes and gaps in other things that are not, okay? All right. So that, when you get an email from Uncle Harry or Aunt Sandy that says that COVID vaccines only cause more COVID, you should want to see the research behind that. Okay. Because it could be the fallacy of people in the hospital. There's a circle. One circle has people who are vaccinated. The other circle has people that are unvaccinated, right? But if you look at the relative size, the unvaccinated circle is like this, and the vaccinated circle is like this. And when you Venn diagram the hospital, it might seem like more are vaccinated, but that's because there are more overall that are vaccinated. Anyways, I don't want to be political, not that it should be. It's that damn COVID, right? I've had it. I've also vaxxed and boosted. Anyways, so we're going to learn about research to that level. Let's see, it's 21 minutes already, so getting into readings. We're going to use the Tanner model. Tanner has 5 steps. Many interdisciplinary writers, researchers, Klein, Repko, Newell, I always yawn once every video, at least once. They have their steps. Many have steps of research. Tanner does 5 steps. It's very concise. It's not like Klein has 3 different ones that go up to like 22 steps. 5 works good here because guess what? We've got 6 modules, right? So we've got this one, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 modules left. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and you put it all together. It's really cool. You'll love this. It'll be the longest paper you ever wrote in college. And that should not scare you because it's really cool how this will happen. I guarantee it. Students are so freaked when they figure out what's going on, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, at the end of it's like I did it. So, okay. Now, like I said, you're going to read about the ethics. It's in the quiz. Your research topic is due on the 19th, and then a quiz, 6 questions, 5 points each about ethics, is due on the 20th. Here's the important thing of all of this is your research topic. This is going to dictate where you go. Look at the page where I have the research topic assignment for 50 points. I want you to take it seriously. I'm giving you about 15 to 20 different subjects, topics, something that might resonate with you. Typically, they are, 21st century issues, provocative ones, as well as scientific ones, humanities, scientific. See what resonates with you. If you can think of another one, you're free to let me know. Don't do the assignment. Shoot me an email and say, I'd like to do it on this, if I could. And I'm going to say yes or no, okay? So I want you to look at it. I want you to look at the sample for this submission of this assignment. It is very precise. You must write word for word what that overarching research question is. You'll know it by heart. What are some of the, I haven't looked at it since last year. What are some of the opinions, experiences, and what are some of the attitudes? My God, I'm so embarrassed. That's my question. I invented it. I want to get it right. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank? That's your topic. Comma, revealed in a survey of random adults. Question mark. That's a research question. Everyone, you're going to decide and put something in there. Not too specific, not overly general, but it's important because that's going to guide where we go from here. Yes, we're going to break it down farther. Yes, we're going to do some things. But this is what you need to do. Look at the sample paper. Then, below that, I gave you a little teaser. You can look at a sample of a paper, a final paper that gets turned in at the end of the class. So you'll see kind of how these things are developed. There's 5 steps. The first step we get to next week. But this step is decide what your topic is. And if you have any trouble with this, let me know. I'm going to tell you this right now. I can be had on a phone call almost any time. I teach on campus Mondays and Wednesdays, but I got a boatload of time on those days, as well as the other 5 days a week. I'd rather talk to you than shoot emails back and forth that get all dragged out and misunderstood. If you want to set up a call with me, you please do so. There's not enough students in here to overwhelm me, okay? So please do that, all right? I think, I was going to do a second video for this one, but I think we get it all done in one. Textbook, okay, I think I got it, right? I think I got most everything. Very important to that topic, right, though, your research topic. So if you have any questions, let me know. I always recommend getting to things early as you can, okay? Start contemplating the topic as soon as you can. See if you got something that works for you, okay? Very important that you do that. Easter egg number 3 is going to be pretty simple, and it's a mantra that I want you to remember. I don't want you, because I don't want you spinning your wheels. Not enough time in this class to spin your wheels. So the final Easter egg is contact your instructor. That's me. That's your final Easter egg. Contact your instructor. Now, I know I might have forgotten something, missed something. Typically, I get it all covered. If I do, I'll send it out an announcement or do another video or whatever hits the spot, right? So that's it. I'm going to go over here to Mill Avenue. They've got Second Sunday going on and check that out. But otherwise, have a great week. Welcome to the class. And as I say, forks up. Peace.